something. I'm more like your grandmother's age, so let's see if this works. You are a masterpiece in the making. You
Woo.
are becoming who you are. And you can be anything you want to be. Are you willing to work for it? You are in charge of you and your progress. No one else. You are in charge. So pull a mirror out, look in it, and realize that you are in charge of you and your progress. Wow. Okay. So now we're going to do a new share, and we're going to look at our PowerPoint that I put together. Hold on. That should look familiar to some of my
Yeah.
BWF sisters. That little PowerPoint should look familiar. Okay, so our topic today is we're going to talk about the masterpiece that you are. The masterpiece that you are. So I chose this background because when you go into an art museum, there are certain pieces of art that people call masterpieces because they're unique. They're unique and they're vibrant, just like this design that we have here. Multiple colors, multiple facets, unique, vibrant, alive, and it's a masterpiece. Someone took their creative mind, put it in go, and came up with this wonderful design. And that's who you are. God put you into go, put his mind into go, and he came up with you. And I think that's wonderful. So everybody's a masterpiece. But because you're a little younger than me, you are a masterpiece in the making. It doesn't matter what age you are now, you are going from where you are now to adulthood, to senior adulthood. So you've got some things that you're going to experience in the interim. So who you are now, that's what we're going to talk about today. Then we're going to talk about what kind of career you want to pursue. And then we're going to talk about what kind of person do you want to become. Okay? So I'll repeat again. We're going to talk about who you are now, what kind of career you want to pursue, and what kind of person you want to become. And all of these are contributors to your personal growth. You can actually tell by looking in the mirror. And when I say looking in the mirror, perhaps not a physical mirror, but being really honest with yourself about who you are, what you like, what you don't like. You can actually tell now if you're in a position to pursue whatever it is that you dream to become. So here you are, who you are now. You're a mixture of things. You've got certain physical attributes. You live in a certain geographical location. You are a certain age. You have a certain exceptionality. And when I say exceptionality, I'm literally talking about there's something that you have that no one else has. And we all know that no one else has our thumbprint. So that's at least one thing. But there are many things that you are that no one else on the face of the earth possesses that quality. And then you're a certain level of intelligence, you're a certain race or ethnicity, you have certain preferences, you are of a certain religion, you're a certain gender, and you live in a certain culture. You live in a certain culture. Houston is one of the most diverse cities in the United States of America. There are numerous cultures here. So I feel very comfortable saying to you that you could walk, you could go in a circle around the city of Houston, and you could have a different experience in each neighborhood based on the culture of the individuals who live in that particular neighborhood. That's why we have such good food here, because we are a melting pot of so many people. So any kind of food you want, you can go to your trusty iPhone or your Android, and you can just type in the name of that food and you're going to find it in Houston. You know why? Simply because we are such a diverse culture. We have a city full of diverse cultures. And then last but not least, you have a unique purpose. You were designed to fulfill a certain thing, to perform a certain way. So, and I'll use the comparison of a tangible thing. So a SUV performs differently than a Mercedes, unless it's a Mercedes SUV. So when you look at the two cars, let's say you got a Ford SUV on one side and Mercedes on another, they are designed to perform at a certain level of proficiency. They each have a purpose. In the SUV, I can take lots of people. I can also cart up a whole bunch of goods and put in my trunk. There are so many things that I can do because that purpose, the purpose of the SUV is different than the purpose of the Mercedes. Now, if I'm going to a red carpet affair, I want to make sure that I'm driving my Mercedes to that affair because it speaks the same language of the people who are going to be walking on the red carpet. So the moral of this story is that you are unique. Can I get you to say, I am unique?
I am unique.
Oh, I only heard one voice, so I had to hear lots of voices.
I am unique.
Very good, very good, very good. And none of these things are bad things. None of these things are bad things. You are a mixture of good things. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, somebody needs to say something.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about our next topic, and that is, what career would you like to pursue? Well, I don't mind telling you that I am the ripe young age of 63. And at the age of 63, I'm still going to school. I'm still learning stuff. You know why? Because we have this thing called technology. Guess who made that video that you saw earlier? Me. I had to learn how to do it. How many people have grandparents? Anybody on the line have grandparents? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, so most grandparents don't know how to do videos. So I'm kind of a cool grandparent. I even have a cup that says, I'm a grandmother. What's your superpower? Okay,
Ooh.
so that lets you know that I'm special. Not saying that your grandparents aren't, but I'm a cool grandma, okay? So what career would you like to pursue? So there's 3 things that you need to do in order to be a lifelong learner, in order to pursue personal growth. You need to think about what that career is. You need to research it, and you need to make a plan to make it happen. Again, you need to think about, what is it that I think I want to do? And then you want to research it. You want to go online, Google it, or you can go to your local library online. And then I have another tool I want to share with you today that you can use, but we'll go back to that. Or you want to talk to somebody who is doing what it is that you want to do. So you can interview somebody, you can do a Google search, Or you can talk to your local librarian or go online to your library and get a book on what you think you want to do. But do your research so you know what it's going to take in order to become what you want to become. So let's see if this works, guys. Oh, it did. So this is a tool that the government has. It's called an Occupational Outlook Handbook. Occupational Outlook Handbook. And it's managed by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. It's an Occupational Outlook Handbook, and it's BLS, standing for Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS.gov, because it's a government entity, / ooh, believe it or not, it's /OOH. So it's / ooh, what slash is it? / what, ladies? Come on, I need to hear from somebody. It's / what? Ooh. Ooh, okay. OOH. All right. So earlier I heard somebody say they wanted to be an actress. Am I correct? Somebody needs to say yes.
Yes, that's Layla and was that?
So you see, I'm going to my little search box. I'm typing in the word actress, and let's see what comes up. Okay, here's actors. You all see it? Actors, producers and directors, musicians and singers. So let's go look at actors. Okay, so when I go look at actors, they give me a summary. Let me tell you, this thing is fully loaded. You know, the government has a lot of money, so they spend a lot of money doing stuff like this, doing research. So you don't have to. So they've got what actors do, their work environment, how to become an actor, and how much money, because that person who wanted to be an actor wanted a Mercedes, and they needed to know if they could afford it. So they got to pay here, the job outlook for the future. Well, you're not going to be applying. Well, you might just apply to be a child actor. But if you're going to wait until you graduate from high school or college, it will give you a futuristic idea of what the market's going to look like, the acting market's going to look like in years to come. And then they have state and area data, how many actors are in Louisiana, how many actors are in Texas, how many actors are in Oregon. And then there's similar occupations and of course, more information, all right? So let's see, oh, I'm looking at the pay. Do you wanna know how much actors make?
Yes.
Are you ready? Okay, $20.43 per hour.
Ooh,
That's the in the middle pay for actors. So we know some people make $150 an hour. Then some people who are just starting out, they may make a little less than that. And then the typical entry-level education, they got, most of the time they have some college and maybe no degree. And you don't have to have any work experience before you actually start becoming an actor. And that is really interesting. And then on the job training, well, there's a long-term on the job training. So sometimes you have to volunteer your services. Sometimes you go in as an intern, all that wonderful kind of stuff. And in 2019, there were 70,100 jobs for actors. Isn't that something? And then the job outlook for 2019, 2029 is 3%. So that market is going to get bigger by 3%. So you have to figure out what 3% of 70,100 is, okay? And then they said that there's 21,000 employment change. So they're anticipating that 21,000 more people will enter the market. So this place, this website is a great place to go and do your research and find out how much people are going to make and what you need to do, what kind of education you need to have, you know, in order to do this. Anybody else have a profession they want me to check? I'll check one more. What did she say? What did you say, sweetie?
I have one.
Yes. So what is it?
Meteorology.
Okay, meteorologist. No spell check. So let's hope I got it right. Oh, didn't get it right. There we go.
There we go. Let's see.
Ooh, that's a great field. Oh, atmospheric scientists, including meteorologists. So let's go check this out.
Ooh, woo.
Woo! They make big money. Did you see this salary? What the heck? Did y'all see this salary?
Oh, wow.
$95,380 a year.
That's some good money.
Almost $100,000.
Yep.
And they make $45.86 per hour. Wow. And all they need to have is a bachelor's degree. Isn't that fabulous?
A bachelor's degree, Ms. Sharon, is what, 2
Yes.
years? Is it 2 years?
No, that's a 4-year
That's
degree.
a 4-year degree.
Mhm.
4 years of college.
Woo! But they don't have to go 6 or 8. Doctors have to go 6 or 8 in order to make $100,000 a year. Isn't that something? And you only have to go 4. Yes. And then the number of new jobs available in 2019 were 9,900. And they anticipate by 2029, it's going to be 6% more of that number. And then, they think it's going to be about 600 jobs available right around, you know, in between 2019, within the next 10 years. Okay. So if you want to know.
Miss Addison has a hand up.
What, baby?
I have a good one.
Oh, you want me to check another one?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me go. But can I take a minute and show the work conditions? Always look at the work environment because it'll tell you whether or not you need to be outside. And if you don't like flies, mosquitoes, snakes, rabbits, you probably don't want to be outside. Okay, or heat. All right, so what's the next one, sweetie? What's the next?
Marine biology.
Marine. Ooh! Girls, I love them with the STEM. STEM for you. I love it. Biologist. I love it. Look at my girls. Woo! Zoologists and wildlife biologists. We're looking for marine biologists. Marine engineers and naval architects. I'm thinking we are talking more.
You can do the zoologist and wildlife.
Okay, so let's see what we got here. Let's see how much money they're making. Wow. In 2019, they made $63,270 per year. Their average per hour rate is $30.42. They only need a bachelor's degree. And look at the number of jobs, 21,000. And they're growing. There'll be about 4,000 more by 2029. And then they anticipate between that 10-year time period, there'll be an additional 800 jobs available. Isn't that wonderful?
That's money.
Okay. So now you all know where to go and get the skinny on how much money you could possibly make if you choose a certain career. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my presentation.
And Sharon, you just helped them with the homework, the career discovery last week.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I know stuff. I know stuff, so I be telling everything. I be telling everything. So now I got to find us again. Let's see. Let's share something different. I got to find the share. Okay, and then we're going to come back again. And isn't that wonderful? I am just so thrilled. We're going to go back to my presentation. And so we did that one. So let me click here. So this is our next slide. Are you ready? And I'm almost finished.
Ooh.
Ready?
What kind of person do you want to be? Again, remember, you need to first think about it. Then second, research it. And then third, make a plan to make it happen. But you've got to have the ingredients for that plan. So when you think about it, determine, I would at least pick 3 different things, character concepts that I want to be. For example, I want to be a person of integrity. I want to help out in my community. And I want to help people. Okay. So those are the 3 things that will help make me the kind of person that I want to be. So I've thought about it. Then research it. Look for role models. So who is a person of integrity? Who likes to help people? Okay. I'm thinking, oh, Oprah. Yes.
Yes.
I
Yes.
want to look at Oprah. I want to look at the Currys. I want to look at President Obama and Michelle Obama.
Mm.
Those are all role models. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to Google them and I'm going to research their lives and I'm going to think, I'm going to look at videos on them. I'm going to think about what is it that I see them doing to fulfill their dream of being the person that they want to be. That's what I would do. And guess what? My next thing would be to interview one of them. I would come up with a list of questions and reach out to them and see. Now, some people are real busy and they may not be available, but if that's the case, why don't you start looking for somebody in your community and then moving outward, your community, your state, and then your nation. So for example, if I wanted to look for somebody who was helping other people, I might go to my church and I might look at my pastor. I might look and see what my church is doing. Oh, we feed the homeless. I want to go and feed the homeless too. So who's in charge of feeding the homeless? And so I would reach out to them to interview them with your parents. You know, get your parents' permission and your parents would orchestrate it. But I would literally talk to somebody who looks like a good role model for myself. And then I would make a plan to make it happen. Okay, so let me talk just a little bit about making a plan to make it happen. Because once you think about it and once you research it, the pieces will be there. And so you come up with a timeline. Let's say you do 5-year increments. So let's say you're 10 now. So you sit down and figure out what you're going to do at 10, then what you're going to do by the time you're 15, then what you're going to do by the time you're 20. So 10, okay, I'm going to do those first 2 things. I'm going to think about it and I'm going to research it. And then when I'm 15, I'm actually going to start volunteering at some food banks so that I can get an idea of how people feed the homeless. And then when I'm 20, I'm going to do additional research. I may go I may go and take a class on nonprofit management because I want to help feed people who are hungry. But, you know, people need to have money to buy food to feed people who are hungry. So I might go and take a class that will help me figure out either how to write grants or to find how to find a grant writer. Okay. So as I have shared with you, lifelong learning or being a person who has personal goals, that's a good thing. It helps you stay on track. So your friends may say, well, I'm going to be an actress. And then everybody in your group will say, oh, I want to be an actress too. I want to be an actress too. Well, did they think about it? Did they research it? Do they have a plan to make it happen? No. So never say you're going to do or be anything without researching it, because it might not be a good fit for you. If you don't like the heat, you might not want to be outside in construction. You may not want to build buildings or be an architect, okay? Let's say if you don't like getting your hair wet, you might not want to be a swim instructor, okay? So you do your research, make an intelligent decision about what you want to do, and it's never too early to do that. Never too early to do that. And then make a plan to make it happen. So while everybody else is doing this and everybody else is doing that, and they're experimenting here and they're following this person, you've got a solid plan in place. And you know what? If you take that timeline and go from 20 to 25, 25 to 30, 30 to 35, clean on up to 100. My grandmother lived to be 102.
Oh my
You
goodness.
need to be a person who is a lifelong learner, who is constantly improving themselves. She was forever doing something, learning how to knit. She was in the pool doing aerobics. I mean, she was a lot older than me, and she was always doing something. She was in the church, in a circle, in a group of women who were making, breakfast for people. It was just, always doing something. So it doesn't matter your age. You can be 2, you can be 8, you can be 22, you can be 12. It's never too late to plan for your personal growth. When you have a plan, you're bound to achieve something. And this is my final thought. Remember, you can be anything you want to be.
Yeah.
And anything. Do not let anybody tell you that it is not so. And the reason why I'm sharing that with you is because a lot of people told me I could never drive a car because I was just a nervous kid. I'm driving a car, all right? A lot of people told me that I would never graduate from college. And I have 4 college degrees. 4. Isn't that something? And a lot of people told me, guess what? They told me that I would never be happy in life because I was too sensitive. Well, guess what? Too sensitive and too shy. But guess what? I will grab a microphone and talk to thousands of people. I'm no longer shy. I'm no longer shy. I'm no longer an introvert. And I love me the way I am. And let me tell you why I love myself the way I am. Because I allowed myself to learn how to become the best me possible. So you're important. And when you're happy with yourself, you can make other people happy. Just like you are growing physically every day, you have to make a personal growth plan. And you know why? Because when you don't, the wind could come and shift you, friends could come and shift you, and you'll be 30, 40 years old and you say, wow, man, I wish I could have become. I always wanted to, and you'll be really sad. But we don't want you to be sad because you're attending this class and we're sharing with you some tips and some tools so that you can run your life the way you want to run it, drive your car the way you want to drive your car. So personal growth is important, but you need to what? You need to think about it, you need to research it, and you need to make a plan to make it happen. And it has to be an everyday pursuit. And when I say that, 5 minutes out of the day, thinking about, ooh, I want to be an actress. Well, I wanted to be an actress. Guess what I did? I started volunteering in the drama ministry at church. And I took an acting class. And I've been in some plays. I've even written some plays. So I'm sharing that with you. Never be afraid to take that extra step.
Yes.
Personal growth is important. Now, I'm not in Hollywood now, but that wasn't my purpose. My purpose was to help people like you pursue your dreams. And that's what I love doing. So thank you so much for listening to your pseudo grandmother today, Miss Sharon. I love you guys. And my prayer for you is that you think about it, you research it, and guess what? Make a plan. And so 20 years from now, when I meet you on the street, you're going to say, oh, Miss Sharon, I went to that website and I found out that I could make $100,000 a year. And guess what I am today? And I'll say, great news. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Miss Sharon. Guys, let's give an applause for Miss Sharon. That was some great information. And you know what, guys? It tied into last week's lesson, last week's sessions. I mean, it's like if you hadn't had a chance to look up your career and how much you make, Miss Sharon wasn't even here last week, and she took us right there, and now we know how much we're going to make with the career. So I am so excited you came and joined us, Miss Sharon. Thank you so much. We are very excited with the information that you had given us today because it helped us grow.
You know, they're like seeds. We all are seeds. You know, I'm an old maple tree, but an old maple tree continues to grow new leaves in the summer and in the spring. And in the fall, it has beautiful leaves that changes colors. In the winter, it's not so much, you know, there's not so many leaves. But maybe you're at a place in your life where you're a seed and you're planted in good soil. And so we love having the opportunity to nurture you and watch you grow into a beautiful maple tree.
Perfect, perfect. Y'all heard that? Sylvia, is there anything you want to add? Are you okay? You want to add anything?
Oh, no, it's good. The information is very, very good. Yeah, with the young girls. Yeah.
All right, that is another BWIF members, guys. I want to applaud you guys for tuning in today because it is a holiday, like Ms. Sharon said earlier. Thank you for being so committed. I need everybody to drop their shirt size right here in the chat for me. We're going to order you guys some shirts. I'm going to call your moms and see where we can meet up to get you these shirts because on the last day, we want to make sure that we go out with a bang and we're going to have on our shirts. We're going to be closing our classes. And so it's going to be beautiful. So make sure right now while we're here, put your size in the chat. LaShondra Plummer. Okay, 1 second. Anybody got any questions while I write this down? Deandra, okay, that's Deandra. Okay. And 8 Chastity. 16. Okay, and Addison. Let's see, up here, Addison. Okay. Maya. Chastity is, okay, London, did you put your size in London? Let's see, London, okay. Layla, you got your size in there, Layla? Raina,
How do you put it like in the thing? Like how do you send it in the chat?
do you see it on the side?
I typed it in and I don't know how to send it.
I think when you type it in and press return, it should send it. Okay, and I see Miss Sharon has placed the link over in the side so you guys can.
For the website.
Raina's attendance.
Well, I'll just tell you my size is 10-12.
Got it. Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, guys. Anybody has any questions before we sign out?
I do.
Huh? London?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. I was wondering if you could send all the emails and stuff that you send us to the email that I text you in the chat.
Okay, 1 second. Okay. All right, London. I don't see it. Do it again for me, London. You want it coming to you instead of your mom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, your mom is Miss Amber, right? Okay, I got it. I got it. I got it. Let me see. Make sure that's okay with you. I'll send it to you and your mom so that way you get it too, okay?
All right.
So she can know what's going on. Okay, and so you guys know we don't meet on next week because we're filming. BWIF is filming on set. So we won't be able to meet on next week, but on the 19th. But look, just because we don't meet on next week, that doesn't mean that you guys shouldn't write in your diary. So when we finish, you guys should at least have like 15, 17 pages, if not more, in your diaries. Are you guys writing every day? Raise your hand. Let me know you're writing every day. 3, 3, 3. Okay. Make sure you write. Even if you got to write 2 sentences, do that because we showed you how to write in the diary. I sent the PowerPoint to you guys, so go back and refer to that on how to make sure you to write in the diary correctly. So that would be great. All right, and so I got the sizes. So I'm gonna talk with your mom, see if they can meet me to pick your shirts up, and some of your shirts have to be mailed because who's in New Orleans? Who's in Baton Rouge? Everybody's in Texas? Okay, everybody's in Texas.
I have family that lives in Louisiana, but not in Baton Rouge, New Orleans.
Okay, so but you're in Louisiana.
No, I'm in Texas.
You're in Texas? Okay. Okay. London, you're in Texas?
Not Louisiana.
Okay, you're in Louisiana. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. And without further ado, we'll go ahead and make sure we send you that information. Make sure you're writing in your diaries. Make for your poster board this week. If you had not did your careers, make sure you do it. And here's your homework. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go into the magazine. Okay. Look in the magazine. I want you to pick 10 words that represent you. Cut those words out and post them to your poster board. So if you find beautiful, cut that out, put that on poster board. If you find smart, cut it out, put it on. Now these are all describing you. If you you got a little attitude sometimes, you can say, you find attitude on there. Be true to yourself. Okay? Because we're working on you guys. You guys, you're growing. All right, so everybody got the homework?
Can I say one thing?
Yes, Ms. Sharon, go right ahead.
In your diary, what I'd like you to do is just write down your career objective, okay? And then write down, maybe 2 or 3 sentences about the person that you want to become. So it could be your role model. I want to become generous like Oprah, or I want to become athletic like Michelle Obama, or I want to become a speaker like Michelle Obama. You see where I'm coming from? So if you would do that, if you would just, okay, I thought about my career and this is what I want to be, make sure you write that in your diary and then find out how much money you're going to make. Okay? All right. And I'm going to be honest with you. If you share that with your parents, they'll probably love you and give you a great big hug. They already love you, but I'm talking about they'll probably show it more because they've got to get old like Miss Jenkins.
Oh, you know what? That reminds me, guys, did you guys do your homework? Where's that? You had that list to find out who you were and you were supposed to show it to somebody else to see if you guys, do you think of yourself the way they think of you guys? Did you guys do that homework? Go back, ask your mom to show you that link and go back to that PowerPoint and answer those questions and show that to your mom, your dad, your cousin, or your auntie, because I want you to compare on how you see yourself and how somebody else sees you. It's going to be fun. It'll be totally different. It's going to blow your mind if you do that. Because people, you see yourself one way, but somebody sees you a totally different way. So everybody go and be blessed. Enjoy your day, and we'll see you guys on the 19th. Okay?
Bye-bye. Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye.
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 Bye.